Hi there, I'm Dr. LaQuita J, and welcome to my YouTube channel where I talk about all things in between being and becoming a pharmacist. How you doing? You alright? In this video, I wanted to share, why is it so hard for us to, well, I would say, not such necessarily start, but why is it always, let's talk about the topic of why is it uncomfortable when we start? And truly why being uncomfortable matters when starting something new, right? When we start something new, it's often accompanied by this sense of discomfort. Think about when you're trying to do a detox, right? It's that discomfort. Maybe you learn a new skill, going on a new career path. It's that adapting to that unfamiliar environment. That sense of steeping into the unknown can really feel daunting. However, this discomfort feeling is not something to be avoided, but honestly, it's something to be embraced. And that's why it's like that, like the detox. When you said, I'm going to start a diet, and it's so hard, like them first couple of days is hard, right? It's just like, why is it so hard? Because truly that discomfort is just a new, just something where you, it's not going to feel good, it's not going to feel easy. It's a sign, truly a sign of growth, of change and potential, a sign that you about to change something, and that being uncomfortable is essential because it really pushes you out of your comfort zone. It fosters that resilience. It leads to that personal transformation, right? That process of, for me, was learning how to swim was a true example of how discomfort can be a catalyst for significant growth. Um, and I think for the purpose of this video, I'm just gonna use that particular one, right? That analogy of me learning how to swim in my big age. um, but those comfort zones, when it's the thing why it's so uncomfortable. Let's start from the beginning though, like when we have to push beyond our comfort zones, and we're those the comfort zone itself is presenting the boundaries of familiarity, security, where you just feel in control. I remember my first day again, in my big age. Last summer, I spent the summer learning how to swim. It's always the saying of you gotta get uncomfortable to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. And it was like I was on this thing like, let's try something new. And for me, I never knew how to swim. And it's also a funny story sidebar. Funny story was that, um, when I was an undergrad, of course, I just learned how to swim at age 34, or maybe, was it? Yeah, age 34, I learned how to swim. So, I know, right? Um, but I had learned how to swim at age 34. But in undergrad, in my early 20s, my sorority had our sorority week. And we had activity where we do water aerobics. Y'all, when I tell you, the thing is, I, in my mind, I was doing aerobics, I got a little comfortable. And I had got too comfortable because then I realized, oh, I'm got too comfortable. Wait, fear set in, like, oh, I don't know how to swim. And I started getting a little uneasy. And with the thing, and all I know is I went underwater. I went underwater and I was saying, help, help, help. I'm underwater. Help me, help me. And I'm panicking, tears crying, snot, all that just ugliness, right? Them heifers just sitting there laughing. They were just laughing at me. And I'm like, nobody came to help me, save me, because they said they just saw snot and all this on my face. They didn't want to come help me. But the whole point about it was, they said that I told them help because I was drowning. The whole point of their point was, it was 3 feet of water, 3 feet of water. All I had to do was stand up because I am 5'7". Right? Now, to somebody who's in it, I'm drowning. If I'm going underwater, I am drowning. Right? I am drowning. I don't care I am drowning if I'm underwater. But in their eyes, all I had to do was stand. See, I could break that down right there. Look, I can. Ooh, that's a good story, ain't it? I could break that down because that's the thing of when you're in it. And I'm sitting here listening. I'm like, telling myself like, that's what my clients are sometimes, because in their mind, they are so afraid of failing the exam that it inhibits them. They can't understand that all they had to do was stand up. Like the things I tell my clients, it's just like me telling my clients, being the coach, like, all you gotta do is do this. But in their mind, they are afraid to take the exam. So they just stay there in that phase. And that's you. I'm telling you this now, like, it's like one of those things of all you gotta do is stand up. It's like one of the, I think it's a real wind round a long time ago. Like the guys, look, he's like, help, help, help. And the mom just came up to him like, oh, okay, that's it. That was it. It's like that. I should really find that meme and do a whole video on it. That'd be really cute and fun. I might. But side note, it's one of those things because speaking of that, it's in that comfort. You've been in your comfort zone. And it's one of those things, and sometimes, being honest, look, going back to this whole down place thing, sometimes I feel like people are comforting in their fear. They fear, I'd rather find comfort in knowing that I'm afraid to touch this exam, and I'm going to keep doing, like, the little things I do, like, I'm going to study here and there. I'm going to purchase this thing, but I purchased it. All I gotta do is motivate myself now to study it. Like, that's comfort. It's that sense of safety you have where you don't have to really challenge yourself to learn this material, because it's that comfort. And that's what our comfort zones do. It provides a sense of safety, but the trade-off is that you limit your growth. You limit your growth. It's just like when you're learning something new, you're stepping beyond those boundaries that are inevitable, and they are truly necessary. Take again the process of me learning how to swim. I'm new to water. The biggest fear I have is the fear of drowning. Like, I don't like anything about it. It's like not even necessarily drowning. It's like being more specific. I don't like when water touch my eyes, my face, especially my ears. I don't like it. It's even to the point where I was near the little child, even the tub be like, oh, let's just go on the water. You know, you play. That wasn't me. It was even to the point where one day I was trying to make myself more familiar. She's like, that's one of the first techniques she said, like, because of that, she was like, just get comfortable with water hitting your face. And it was, for me, was I had to be okay with water being submerged in water, like having a bowl or having a sink full of water, just going submerging my body, like my face, my head in the water. Because for me, like that water, that it just is unsettling, and just that the sensation of me being submerged, the lack of footing. When I can't, like when I'm confident as long as I can touch the bottom of a pool or the bottom of the ocean. But when I still can't, the lack of footing, that's not it. And then the fear of drowning, all those things are just triggering anxiety. All those things are triggering anxiety. All those things. Yet, this is this unease was the thing that created my opportunity for learning. Because one, one is like the thing of like in the swimming lessons, I was encouraged to let go of the pool edge, to trust the instructor. And that's one of the things that my instructor told me. She said, her exact words was, why are you, she said, why are you afraid to swim like I'm not here? That was a powerful word for me. Why am I afraid of swimming like I'm not here? I was like, why am I? You right here. That's what I'm paying you for. I'm paying you to teach me how to swim. And yet I'm afraid to do what you're telling me to do because I'm afraid of drowning. I'm still stuck in my fears. I'm still stuck in my head. But why was I? You know? Why? Because the thing was that each step, it feels uncomfortable. But it builds confidence. And once I had that aha moment, she said that, I was like, you're right. Why am I afraid as if you're not here? Why? It was a question for me I had to understand. And that's honestly was the catalyst that helped me get out of my comfort zone. It really was the catalyst. And it was also the thing that helped me to build the resilience through the discomfort. Not saying that automatically I stopped, no. But pushing beyond my comfort zone then. Like, it was one of those things that when she said that, I was like, yeah. So when I started going to lessons, I made a point to let me, while she's one more, let me get comfortable, because I realized I started realizing what things that made me uncomfortable, that reduce my nerves, that I can't stand when water's so cold. It shocks me, and it's like, I go back to the very first moment, like, that I don't know how to swim, and I have to remind myself that I do. Or like I have to remind myself it's okay. I'm learning how to swim, because that first initial reaction of taking of getting like in the body of water, it was cold and it was shocking, and it creates the fear because I don't like to be cold, and then everybody knows you get in the pool of water, most of the time it's cold when you first enter, and that sent a chill through my body. It's like there was a signal in my body of something bad about to happen, not something good, and I had to change that. And I was going to talk about this whole thing, but I'm just, as I'm talking this thing out, we're going to put a pause on this conference and just really say that let's identify, let's stop here and let's identify what are the things, what are the triggers that cause you to have that negative response. Like for me, with swimming, right? I know that I know immediately, like, I don't like being submerged in water. That's like, say, my face, my water. Like, I knew that going into it. I knew that when my feet don't touch the floor, I'm nervous. And truly the fear of drowning was it. But as I went to explore more of me, as I continued the lessons and learning how to swim more, I discovered that the true thing, the first initial trigger for me was the temperature of the water. Someone proposed that question to you. You wanted to do something new. You want to start something new. You want to do something different. You want to pass the NAPLEX. One of the top things I do, if you ever come to any live event I ever hosted, any free event, anything, we always cover mindset, because I said I'm a NAPLEX success strategist. I help farmers shift their mindset, and we always have a mindset component of it. And in that component, one of the things we always discover is that majority of the people there, they have the fear of failing. This is something we know. But I wanna go deeper. And I don't want you to comment below. And if you don't want to comment, email me at info at formedintorph.com. Email me that. And I want to know, I want you to take the time out and identify what is the trigger that causes that fear. What's the trigger that causes that anxiety? What's that trigger? For me, when learning how to swim, it was truly that temperature of cold water. That cold water, that was the trigger. What's your trigger? Let me know below. All right, let me know. Until next time. Remember that pharmacy is on limit if you are. I want you to go be great. I want you to like and share this video. Because this video, I had my notes and I went off script. This ain't even the video for it. I was going to keep on. We're not. So share this video because this is truly a video for a catalyst for growth. To make you look inward and say, why am I afraid? And sometimes, including me, we like dysfunction. We like to be comfortable in discomfort. And we like to stay there. Because if I could just act like I'm doing something, if I can act, I can have activity, but we ain't being productive, but we got activity, right? It can do. That we okay with that. I'm challenging you, let's not be okay with it. Let's be different. I see everybody saying we're going to thrive in 2025. That's the new popular word. But in order to thrive, you got to get out survival first. So, let this be the initiation. Let this be the starting point to get in our survival mode. The very fear you have, the big goal that you have, you want to achieve. Let's use the NAPLEX for example. You want to pass the NAPLEX, the pharmacy licensure exam. You worked hard for it. You went to pharmacy school. But this fear of failing has paralyzed you. And you have got comfortable with having this fear of failure. But the question is going to be, what is the trigger though? Why? Here's a whole nother side note. I'm gonna let you in. Like I always say, I come from an underserved community, very poor community, and it wasn't until last year. This is a God honest truth. I used to come back home, and my mom used to say, "You gotta plug the washing machine up with the extension cord and put it on this side." I'm like, "Okay, cool." And I realized that it had become the norm for me, like always to wash clothes, to put the extension cord up, then go to the wall. And then I was getting some work done, remodeling the bathroom. And in the midst of me doing that, I saw a plug right there. And I was like, that is true. Why I didn't understand like why my mom was saying to do that. And this is years ago because my mom has passed. But I kind of like, why would we doing that? It's like one of those things. Why was I doing that? And I was like, that is so true. It was because like thinking up growing up, we never did this before. So yeah, why would all of a sudden we do it now? All simply because she couldn't reach the plug. She couldn't reach the plug. That was it. That's something that's simple. Not use the extension cord to run it to this, then run to there. All you had to do was it was an outlet right there. It was right there accessible. Just plug it. Just plug it. So it's one of those things that was an aha moment. Like why we did that. And a lot of times we keep doing things repetitive because it's a thing someone taught us or something we believe and we just get comfortable in doing it. But why are we comfortable in doing that behavior? I didn't give you a loaded question. I didn't give you 2 homework assignments. Identify that trigger, the really true trigger behind it, of your feeling of fear. But also, why do you do it in the first place? Like, why? For me, and that's honestly when it goes back to swimming, it was afraid because the initial thing of this, it's already cold. My body is in temperature shock. And then it was a thing of me being a child and we were going to the creeks and the lakes and stuff and being around other kids who are malicious and want to throw you in the water and stuff where I'm not comfortable. I'm already in shock and you're going to make me more uncomfortable? Yeah, that was it for me. Again, thank you guys for watching it. Please like, share. And this last little bit, these last little minutes, I was going to end it, but as you see, as you can see, I kept on rolling. So that means it was something for you to hear. Again, until next time, remember that pharmacy is on limit if you are. Now go be great. Talk to you guys later. Peace out.